Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to World of Tanks. And first up, I got a game for you in my M48A1 Patton. It's Tier 10 American Medium Tank. And we're on Malinovka here, and it's pretty decent matchmaking overall. Top tier, of course. But the beginning of the game, I'm thinking, you know what? I always get rushed down in K3 when I'm playing Malinovka on the south. So you know what? Let's go ahead and try rushing K3. I don't like going to the hill and brawling in the medium tanks. I mean, for obvious reasons. And if you take a look, we've got a pretty good crowd headed that way anyway. So anyway, I'm making the rush to K3, and I do get spotted about halfway down the lake road, which is what I expect. And what I didn't expect was I'd be able to get into this corner completely unscathed, and that's what I want to talk about. Is that this corner is very strategically important, because basically, if you get down here, you can light up the enemy without too much hassle for yourself, and if you've got a decent team in your base, they're going to be able to do a little bit of sniping themselves. Now, I did get some help here. I've got a Patton KR, it looks like, to my right there, and unfortunately, he's not going to play as carefully as I am, and he's going to get himself chewed up a little bit. But the first thing we're trying to deal with is this T10 here, and I line a shot up, get it in, get a good one in. There's a Lorraine 40T, I believe, off to my right, and looks like a T30 easing up in the background, and they're going to do for that Patton KR pretty quickly. So I'm trying to get shots on whatever I can, but really more importantly, I'm trying to light stuff up. But if you take a look at the mini map, you can see I've got 3 tanks backing me up from my base. And there's also an AMX 1390 sitting on the far side of the field, trying to do some passive scouting. But at this point, my active scouting is actually doing a lot more than his passive scouting. So I take another hit, down to about 2/3 health, and I'm not having as much luck as I would like. But we do manage to get that T10 taken care of, and that was the important thing, at least for the short run. So coming up and around, and what I need to do now is get out in the field just a little bit, just enough to maybe get a couple shots in, maybe get some spots through the windows. And I'm not sure what that was. It's hard to read on the screen that I'm using. But anyway, that Lorraine and the T30 are still in the background, and I'm still worried about those 2 tanks. And I do take a hit here in a moment, I think, that I probably should not have taken. Yeah, I get spotted there crossing that gap, and I was expecting to get spotted. The trouble was I didn't know where I was getting spotted from, and I'm worried about taking a big hit from somebody across the lake, and I don't. But what I take the hit from is probably that T30 right there. So I ease forward again, get away from the T30, and now I'm stuck, and I'm trying to figure out, what, what do I do from here? Okay, I've won this corner. Now what do I do with it now that I've won it? So I start pinging the map, and I'm like trying to ping that AMX 1390 of ours, that friendly, to get up and do something. And when I spot the, not sure what that is. Again, it's hard to read. So anyway, take a shot, pull back. I think it's an OHO, not 100% sure, but I take another shot, pull back, and here in a moment I should be able to ease up and line a shot up, put another good hit into him, and I take a hit from something. It's the enemy 1390 up on the hill there, and that's why I want to like the 1390 better than I do. He put shots at me. All he managed to do was track me. He did not have enough pin to get through, or enough accuracy to aim for a weak spot. So I really want to like the 1390 more than I do, but I think it needs to be buffed. So anyway, we got the T30 hiding over there. I'm moving across this gap. I'm not spotted, trying to decide exactly where I want to go. I was thinking of making a rush on the T30, and there's that Lorraine, and I'm sitting here in the open getting a shot on Lorraine. Probably should not have done that, especially with that T30 sitting there. But the Lorraine isn't shooting at me. The T30's not shooting at me. So I'm thinking, all right, I might be safe, but let's go ahead and get into partial cover, and I can help contribute against the T30. and I get a hit into them, and I don't want to back up too much because, again, look at the mini-map. You can see that there's enemy tanks across the lake, and if they're paying attention, then they can get shots in on me. So, where's that T-30? I keep spotting him as I'm moving around, and he's looking my way. I take a shot, and does he... I can't remember if he takes a shot back at me or not, but I'm just trying to light him up, pop in, light him up, move back out. I've got a superior rate of fire, but if his gun's pointed that way, he can put a hurt on me. So I'm pretty sure I've dropped off the radar, everybody's radar right now. And I'm trying to line up a shot on the Lorraine again. T-30 pops back up. He's been spotted by a friendly. So, you know, why not come out, put a round into him? They can finish him off that much faster. So, turn around. And we got a Lerva way out there. He was one of the guys I was really worried about because he's got a very accurate gun, and sniping at long range is pretty much what he's designed for. So I put 2 hits into him, line up on this T-34, and no idea where that shot went, but that's okay. And wait for him to jig around a little bit, get a good shot into him. And I think I donk this next shot. Let's see. Nope. Good shot. So, I'm not sure what that is. An STI there. But bounce. And let's try again. See what happens. No, he's going to drop off. So we got 3 enemy targets out there, and it's time to move forward. And you notice that. Again, we played very, very cautiously, pushing through. Just didn't rush their base. So anyway, get a shot in the Lorraine, and as we were pushing their base, we played it cautiously. We didn't just rush, because I've seen a lot of teams win that corner down there, and then at the end of the match, sorry, not at the end of the match, but at the end of their rush, just get absolutely hammered. So this actually turned out to be one of the best games I've had so far in the patent. And unfortunately for me, it's not a mastery badge, as we're going to see here in just a couple of seconds. So there you go, a first class tanker, first class badge, 2200 base experience, or sorry, doubled experience, 1100 base experience, 6200 damage. I think that's probably the most damage I've done in just about any tank, but really, really solid game there. Overall, not too bad. 26 shot fire, 21 hit, 17 pin, 2500 spotting damage. So no complaints. But I do better in the next game. And here I am in my Pershing, tier 8, American medium, and again I'm top tier, and again Malinovka. And before the battles actually started, I said I was going to cover K3. So you've got to cover K3 because if you're starting south, because if you don't, and the enemy gets in there, well, you just saw what can happen. So I make the rush over there, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go a little bit to the right because I'm expected to get spotted as I'm pushing through here. And if I do, I'm just going to duck into that corner, get the cover, but I don't get spotted. So at that point, I'm thinking, all right, you know what? Let's make a rush for it and see what happens. All right, so I'm only maybe a third of the way up that road, and spot 1, 2 tanks, take a shot on the move. Let's keep moving. All right, keep going. There's another tank, another couple of tanks. So I've got some pretty good spots, and now I'm diving. Excuse me, diving into the cover down here, but nobody's coming to deal with me. Just like they did on the in the patent game, they're leaving me alone. So I can put the gun depression that the Pershing has to pretty good work. And as you're about to see, the Pershing also has pretty good, pretty troll turret armor. So anyway, I put a couple shots into this M4 AMX, and there's a Tiger, a Tiger 2. At about my 11 o'clock, and he sees what's going on. He's moving in, and this is absolutely the right thing for him to try to do, but he doesn't have any support, and he stops right there. And I put a shot right through his front drive wheel and track him and do some damage. Put a second shot in and damage him. And I'm going to pop up when I reload. Just playing peekaboo with him, that's all, and he wrecks my turret. All right, you know what? I was thinking for a second, repair the turret. But as long as I didn't rotate the tank, I was going to be aimed in. And of course, what did I do? I rotated the tank. So this little jiggling you see me doing, I'm actually trying to bring my gun back online by aiming the tank, but that's okay. My gun's repaired. I fire again, and I track the Tiger 2 again, and I'm trying to get a shot into him that's going to do some damage, but friendlies take him out. So at this point, we've pretty much effectively erased the big resistance we have here, and I've had pretty good support from my team here as well. So anyway, I think that's an easy 8 over there. Again, hard to read the the lettering on the map, but there's get another shot into him. No, that's the easy 8. And did I bounce that shot? Okay, well, it'll happen. It wasn't a very well aimed shot, but anyway, there's one hit into him. I ease up just so I can keep him, keep him in the sights, and boom, and okay, oh, you know what, I need to back up because that is a Yag Tiger 88, and he puts a shot right on my turret, right on my gun mantlet, and I bounced it. So now I'm like, okay, you know what, let's ping the map, see if I can get some help, see if I can get the campers to move up, although somebody just put a good shot into that Yag 88, and he's doing the right thing. He's disappeared, and I'm trying to ease forward to keep pressure on. The game is definitely swinging our way, but it could still go horribly wrong at this point. And actually, here in just a minute or so, I'm going to try to make it go horribly wrong for me, and no excuses for that. But anyway, I asked my campers to move up, and as you can see, they're coming up. I got a T-32 behind me. Looks like a Super Pershing behind me as well, and they're just coming up to the enemy base. And I'm not sure if I spotted that guy all the way over there or not, but he's about to pay for it and for getting lit up. And so I got a T-32. I got the Super Pershing backing me up right there. I've got a couple of other heavy tanks coming up on the lake side, but they really need to get it in gear and move up. So I'm keep moving forward, moving back, and stopping because I'm thinking, all right, I know that Yag 88's around here somewhere, and I don't want to get shot by him. So what do I do when I spot him? I stop. And not front on, I stop side on to the guy so I can get a shot off, and I get ammo racked for my trouble. Take 1, 2 hits. Come on, do it. 3 hits. And I mean, I'm doing a curly right now, just whoop, 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 get out of there. And I am lucky that shot did not hit me. I probably dropped off of spotting just as he took the shot, or just before he took the shot, so he wasn't exactly sure where I was. He did absolutely the right thing and took a blind shot. So now I'm down to a sliver of health. My role as a scout in this match is effectively over, unless I'm willing to suicide scout. But fortunately, that T-32 steps up and lights the Yag Tiger for me. So I'm sitting back there and I'm thinking, okay, I need to get some shots in. Oh, you know what? There's artillery. Let's, farm some sheep damage on him. T-32 will one-shot him now. Okay, go back to that Yag Tiger. I didn't have as good a chance of pinning him, so... And the gun is not that accurate at this range, so I'm having a hard time aiming for the weak spot, but he's backing over a hump, and it looks like I track him right there, because he's not moving, and I'm just blazing away at this guy, trying to get a hit. Finally got a lucky shot, probably got his lower plate, or maybe some other weak spot, and got the kill. But at this point, for practical purposes, the game is over. We're just mopping up, and I don't really contribute meaningfully any longer, despite being able to drive halfway up the hill. So, Mastery Badge, unsurprising, and a Patrol Duty medal for this. And overall, okay, only 1,900 damage, 2 kills, but almost 1,300 base experience, and which is a pretty good result in any tank. And the reason for that is you're just about to see it. Take a look at assistance damage, 4,836. This is what light tanks dream of doing, especially with some of the missions out there. So, my gunnery, not that good, but a lot of it was snapshots. So, anyway, the lesson learned here is you can be aggressive in your mediums. They can scout for you, but don't stop hitting on front of a Yag Tiger.